on is the Army. Do we have anyone that from the Army here? Stand on up at this time. Stand on up at this time. There he is. You see? After one person stands, other people stand as well. So this is your song. So right now, everybody, clap, clap, clap. Those clap. The Army goes rolling along. We're doing this karaoke right now. It's all on the bridge. The Army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the Army's on its way. Appreciate the Army. Stand on up and show them some love. Oh yeah, very good, very good. All right, so you're pretty loud, Army, but so far you're winning. So let's see, if the next group's gonna beat you. We have the Marines. We have any Marines here? All right, very good. Now,
My brother's a Marine.
This is your song. Let's do it. Clap, 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 clap. Those hands. Hey. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we find our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. And if you appreciate the Marines, stand on up and show them some love. Very good, very good. That was loud. One lady was there singing it out loud. Very good. Up next, we have the Navy. Do we have any Navy men and women over here? Very good. We have 1, 2, 3. Very good. And now it's time for you to sing the song. You know it's coming. So everybody clap those hands. 1, 2, 3. Some love for the Navy! Very good, very good. Now some of you are thinking, do I have to stand on up and sit down, stand on up and sit down? Well, you don't have to, but it's pretty cool if you do. It's pretty good if you do. So, let's move along. Air Force, do we have any Air Force men and women right here? Right there in the middle, here in the front. Very good. Now, Air Force, you also have a song, so don't sit down. Don't sit down, because this is your song. Clap. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. High into the sun, here they come, looking to be our thunder, and the boys hear the gun. Down we dive, fly our plane from under, off on one yellow coast. We live in vain, we're around in vain, nothing will stop the youth. And show some love for the Air Force! Very good, very good. Let's see who else we have here. What about the Coast Guard? Do we have any Coasties here today? Any Coast Guard here today? Well, we don't have any Coast Guards, but you should know that last cruise, the week that just a few days ago, we did have an emergency debarkation here on board. One of our guests needed a special medical assistance, so the Coast Guard came on board with a helicopter and did that rescue. They are always working hand in hand with the cruise ship industry. So please show the Coast Guard some love right now. Very good, very good. And we do have the Space Force as well. It is amazing. Do we have anyone from Space Force here? We've had one person during all this time on board from the Space Force. Wow. But once again, show them some love, show them some love. Give it up for the Space Force. I also want to acknowledge now some different groups. First and foremost, the United States Public Health Service. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration goes to work, again, hand in hand with the cruise ship industry and other uniformed service members. Do we have any first responders here in this room right now? Firefighters, nurses, do we have any very good paramedics? Do we have law enforcement personnel standing up at this time? Yes, and got your recognition. Fantastic. Thank you so much for the work that you do. Beautiful. And now civilian personnel and military families and allies. This is really a special tribute to you if you are a part of a military family, because I am here every single cruise listening to the stories of family members that do all of the legwork back at home when you have your loved ones fighting for your country. You stay home praying, you handle the kids, you handle the housework. So if you are part of a military family right now, if you're a spouse or children, please stand on up at this time and also get your recognition for the work that you do. Stand on up. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for all the support that you give the military men and women. This is also a tribute now to our fellow Canadian friends. Do we have any Canadians here? No? Well, we're going to give up for Canada because they're always ready to help whenever help is needed in the United States. We'll give it up for the allies in Canada. Right now, I'm going to do a little moment to honor the veterans from different conflicts that the United States has been a part of. I usually, this presentation, start with World War II. I'm going to risk this and try to see if I have anyone here from World War II. We don't. Now I want you to pay attention to this moment right here, because a few years ago, if you've cruised with Carnival before, and if you've been doing these events for a long time, you could have noticed the presence of a few World War II veterans in the room. Right now, we have less and less of them, so I encourage you to, when you go home, if you find someone, if you meet someone from World War II, please salute them and show your respect. Do we have anyone that was a part of the Korean War here? Do we have anyone Korean War standing up at this time? Not Korean War. What about Vietnam? Do we have Vietnam? All right, fantastic. And not only you standing up, I want everybody standing up for our veterans from Vietnam. Stand up, give them a round of applause, and welcome home, welcome home. Here at Carnival, we always welcome home our Vietnam veterans. You may be seated. Do we have anyone that was a part of Operation Desert Shield, Operation Desert Storm? Do we have anyone? Very good. Give it up for our friends over here. Fantastic. Iraqi Freedom, do we have anyone? You're still standing. Very good. Iraqi Freedom. I see you over there as well. Afghanistan, do we have it right there? Very good, very good. Now, do we have any current personnel, anyone that's serving at this time in the room? We don't have it, but I want to make sure we give a round of applause for everyone that's fighting right now, going over to Ukraine and fighting and protecting the people of Ukraine. I want to use this time to have a moment of silence. So right now, if you please join me for those who have lost their lives and paid the ultimate price. Thank you. The next section of our appreciation gathering is the one that's the most dear to me, because it's the time that I get to step off the stage and you get the spotlight, because I'm going to ask you at this time to raise your hand and share any stories that you may have about your time in the military. If you want to share any resources for veterans that you may know of that the group will benefit from. If you want to give a shout out to someone in your family, to a spouse, to your children, to someone that's serving right now that you know of, this is the time. I'm going to break the ice. I'm going to do the first shout out, and then you think about what you're going to say, yes? I did tell you that I wasn't from the States. I come from Brazil, and I didn't serve the military. But I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandfather, Walter, served in the Air Force in the 50s. And later in his life, when it was kind of hard for him to remember things at the end of his life, right? But he would still carry his military ID. It was literally falling apart, like he could barely read anything in it. But he would still carry that with such pride. And every chance that he would have, he would tell us those stories about his time and his travels. And it was just amazing to see. We weren't really excited about the stories in themselves, but we were excited about his excitement on sharing those moments. So I use this opportunity to give a big shout out to someone that is like a dad to me and is not here anymore. This is a shout out to my grandpa Walter.
Aww.
Now, would anyone else like to do a shout out at this time? We have Vanessa right there. You just raise your hand. Oh, I see someone over there.
Good morning, everyone. We're Mike and Darla. We're from Ohio. And if you'll bear with me a minute, there's a few people I would like to honor. First of all, my father-in-law, Mike's father, was at Pearl Harbor when it was attacked. And then my father was the youngest of 4 brothers. They were all in World War II at the same time. Can you imagine having 4 sons at war at the same time? They're all gone now, but never forgotten. They all came back, but they all came back different. My father was the only one that was not wounded during the war. Then I would like to honor our son-in-law, Ben. Ben was in the Army, and he served in Iraq. While he served, our daughter Beth, his wife, had their 2nd child and also got her master's degree. Ben also came back different. Ben does suffer from PTSD, but he's doing okay. He served as a police officer, and we're just so proud of all of them. So thank you. Thank you all very much.
Daniel got himself a Reuben from the Carnival Deli. He's going to give us his review.
Okay, the big problem I see is that it wasn't used they didn't use a panini press on it, which is typical of a Reuben, so that's a problem right there. Other than that, he's pretty good.
Yeah, awesome. There it is.
Welcome to the Liquid Lounge for our show called Soulbound. My name is Gabe, and I am your cruise director. Can everyone say, hey Gabe?
Hey Gabe.
Hey everyone. And our show Soulbound has this spooky kind of theme. Everyone say, go. I know, right? It's quite scary, but listen, you don't have to be scared because this show, it's okay, only twice. This show, it's quite uplifting actually because it tells the story of New Orleans and on the mystic side of New Orleans. Have you been to New Orleans? Here, round of applause, anyone? All right. Very good. So, you know that New Orleans has all of those mystic side about the soul catcher, the witches, the ghosts, the voodoo dolls. This show is going to be about that, so you have an understanding of it. But it's going to be set to R&B music and soul music as well. So we're capturing souls, but with soul music, hence the name Soulbound. I want you to be mindful that right here, this floor will be used as part of the stage. So our performers will be coming and walking through this area, and of course dancing as well. So when they pass by, just tuck your legs in, because they not always have the time to say excuse me during a number. Also, make sure you're not using your flash while you're taking videos and photos. Those are allowed, but just turn your flash off. Last but not least, we'll be using laser beams, strobe lights, and stage fog during the show. So if you are sensitive to any of those, please be mindful. But sit back, relax, and welcome to New Orleans for Soulbound. Enjoy!
There ain't nothing you could say I would answer you, but I was gonna change my mind if you keep doing things I don't. Oh, say, think about what you're trying to do to me. Say, go on and let yourself be free now. Maybe the time we used without each other, there ain't nothing we can do. Yeah, think about it. In the cold night, think about me, baby.
Step, hands up, bring it back. To the left, to the right. And then you slide, let's go. To the left, to the right. Step, hands up, bring it back. Look, he's good. To the left. And right foot. Step to the right and slide and turn to the left. Walk it to your right. Bring it up, take it to the left. Let's go. Back